This is 89.7 FM. Broadcasting live 24 hours a day. 89.7 FM.
RMR 89.7 FM, it's your boy MobbJustice, and we are on the business buzz, for your weekly roundup of business and economic news. So we're joined right now, we've got Warwick Hattingh. He's coming through from Rhodes Business School. He's doing a PDEM, and they're part of a group called Broncos. What is Broncos?
Broncos started off as we tried to start off as a pub and grill.
Yeah.
And we managed to get a contact up in the Grahamstown Riding Club, which is just out by the old golf course.
Yeah.
And we tried for quite a while. We ended up finding a venue, and the initial idea was to start up a pub and grill, hosting events once a week or twice a week.
Yeah.
But due to conflicting interests between us students and the members, we ended up coming down and just organizing events and things like that around campus, and became more of a events business and venue hire.
Okay. What made you get into sort of like that events type of business?
Our very, very initial idea
at
the start of the year was to create a certain type of app, which involves sort of like an Uber for trucks. So a truck company that needed to get a whole lot of furniture from, let's say, Plettenberg Bay to Grahamstown, would sign up with onto this app and say, this truck is coming this way. Is there anyone in Grahamstown that needs stuff transported the other way?
Yeah.
And they would see the size of the truck, what they needed. So that was the initial idea.
Yeah.
But in order to get there, we needed quite a lot of funding. So this was, to start off with, was actually just to generate profit from this year and then put forward as we're all interested. And then maybe after this year, try and get into the app.
I see. Okay. I'm actually going to bring that back up because that's an interesting point that you just raised. But otherwise, for now, what's been the experience so far in terms of setting up the business on campus?
No, we've really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Classic Rhodes and everything. It has been a bit of stop-start, and certain things haven't worked out the way we wanted to. We try to, for example, trying to start up at the riding club, and that fell through, but it's all been a learning experience.
Yeah.
And we've kind of taken the positives out of that. So actually moving onto campus away from the riding club was much better for us. We were able to use the Rhodes facilities. We hosted an event end of last term, and we got a hold of the guys from Great Field. They let us use Great Field, and it's been easy, and it's been nice, and everyone's close to campus.
What about the team dynamics? Because I know that there's more than one of you, but perhaps you could just tell us first who you're working with and what's it been like working with each other as a team, because we all know we've all done group work as assignments, etc. But now you've got sort of like a group that you're with for like an entire year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the group consists of Justin Cooper, Kieran O'Flaherty, Matthew Zondak, Jeff Rogerson, and myself.
Yeah.
And myself, Kieran, and Matthew all live in the same house, and we're looking to start a group together, and then meeting up with Justin, who we had sort of known during Rhodes.
Yeah.
And then Jeff Rogerson has come from Pretoria.
Oh, okay.
And so he also wanted to join a group, and we had very similar interests.
Yeah.
So starting up with this events business, we sort of had a common goal, which means we click quite well. And group work, one guy does a bit more than the rest. But getting to know each other over the year, we weren't afraid to turn around and say, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. So how do
you guys deal with like conflict, or I don't know, whatever issues come up? Because I'm sure issues are bound to come up.
Classic group work, yes. I guess we didn't want, no one in the group wanted to fall behind, so everyone tried to pull their weight and try to do more than they needed to as well.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, we weren't afraid to say, okay, well, I did this and I did this, so this is your turn to do this part. Or when we organise an event, for example, we would split the event up and because we all really wanted it to be a success,
yeah,
it wasn't hard for everyone to try and come together and work hard together. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then I know you've already brought this up, but is this something that you see yourself and your group? Is this something that you guys see yourselves doing beyond just the PDEM course, or is this sort of like a stepping stone for something else?
Us as individuals, I think it's more of a stepping stone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have spoken about, you know, Broncos is now it's got a little logo, it's got a badge, it's got we've got a Facebook page, and we did throw quite a few events, so people started to recognize us.
Yeah.
So in a way, we would like to maybe even pass that on to whoever else wants it in the university, you know, student run, you know, just to carry on with it. But us as individuals, it's probably more of a stepping stone and a big learning curve, especially with trying to get in with the riding club and finding out what we can and can't do and how you form partnerships. So it has been a bit of a stepping stone, but a big learning curve for us.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then in terms of the events that you guys actually do, how do you guys determine which events to do? Or are there set events, or are there set types of events that you guys do? Like, for example, do you guys just specialize in brides, for example, or are you free in doing, let's say, a fun soccer day or something like that? Like, well, how do you guys decide, okay, I think this is something that we should do?
We've been trying to cover all the bases here. So
Yeah.
we did throw an event called the Grahamstown Amazing Race. It can be seen on Facebook. And it was just an amazing race where people had to go around town and get a whole lot of points, say picture with a donkey, or a photo at Pick and Pay in a trolley, or things like that, just for a fun day. So that was one of the events. But then it's not only based on that, we're also moving on to trail runs and things like that, where we can get the entire community involved.
Yeah.
So it's very, very broad. But yeah, it's not, you can't really, we just sit down and think, okay, we need to get an event done, and we want to try and get our name out there, and then we approach whoever we can. We talk to our supervisor, and then they help us to get through and try and organize a good, successful event.
Okay. And so far, what events have you put together so far? Like, maybe someone has attended one of your events and they didn't realize this is a Broncos event or something.
We threw there was one cricket day, just a small cricket day, because now starting up and trying to get our advertising out, we managed to get our name and our logo onto the Pink Platypus's cricket jersey, which is part of the Rhodes Internal League cricket.
Yeah.
So we hosted an event through there, and I guess that's one of the ones where people wouldn't actually have known that we had organised it, and it was just a social event, and then followed by drinks afterwards.
Yeah.
And the rest, like the Amazing Race, that was fully organised by us, and everyone would have known. We advertised it as the Broncos Amazing Race. But yeah, that can all be seen on Facebook if people want to know.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
And then challenges, because I'm sure that, you know, when you're operating in a business environment, things don't always go according to plan, especially when you're doing events. I don't think everything, like, you have to make a plan somewhere.
Yes.
So any challenges so far?
There have been quite a few. Like I said, starting out at the riding club and that whole thing falling through, where we couldn't end up hosting events up there due to just to conflicts.
Yeah.
So that was the first challenge. We had to completely drop that almost and move away and try and throw different types of events elsewhere, and that's why we moved closer to campus, also trying to get everyone involved better closer to campus. And then also we didn't want to put in too much of our own money or the business school's money to organize an event and then people not coming, so we would try and raise the money before organizing an event, and that always takes its time when you say to people, please pay us by Monday, this event's on Saturday, and then you end up paying on Friday night. Those challenges that do come up often.
Okay. I actually have a question for you. This is, I don't know, but it relates to your business, right? From my personal experience, I've found that people in Grahamstown, they tend not to RSVP or to say they're going to attend something. If, let's say, you put up a Facebook event, they usually wait for the actual day to come or for the weekend to come or whatever, and then they wait to see who else is going, and then from there they decide, okay, I think I'm also gonna go. Is that the same thing that you guys are seeing as well, or is this just something that I'm seeing on my own?
No, this is. I'm sure this is seen over the years. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of guys say that they'll just see if they're going to come, and then last minute they want to join.
Yeah.
But no, we've had to go out and we've raised the money, so that's why we push people so much. Please can we get the money beforehand so we can actually, organise the event.
Yeah.
But then yes, there was some leeway where we collected enough money to organise the event, and then we could, cater for them and say that's fine, just make your team and then, pay afterwards or whatever.
Is it?
But yeah, it would end up like that. A lot of guys would RSVP and then wait to see, but then you would have to sit there pushing. And we sat at the cafe for our last event from Monday through to Friday every day from about 10 to 11.
Yeah.
But I don't think we had one guy come and pay. We all had to go and chase them afterwards.
Yeah, but on the day.
But on the day and just before and yeah.
People, okay. Now I understand completely. Now I'm only saying that because back in the day I also had a bit of an events business, and I found like a lot of the things that you're saying are things that I remember from back in the day. Okay, so because of time we only have time for 2 questions. The first one is, in terms of the PDM itself, do you find, has it been useful, like in terms of the things that you guys are learning in class and the actual practical side of actually doing business? Is it applying, or is theory just theory, or can you actually see where it's applicable?
Yes, I think I fully recommend it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we wish we had learnt in class before we actually started our businesses. Say the accounting side. We wish we had learnt that before, and then we could have applied it to our businesses, to the practical side, while we were going on throughout the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, the practical side is a big learning curve for us.
Yeah.
We actually trying to start our own businesses, and you realise how hard it is to start up. And we had 2 weeks of like lean startup courses, and if we had those lean startup courses at the beginning of the year, we would have been easily able to apply those to our actual practical side of the businesses.
Okay.
So yeah, you can connect both the theory and the practical in a lot of the courses in PDEM.
Okay, cool. Last question: where can people find you guys? How can they get in touch with you guys, and how can they see maybe what stuff you guys have done in the past previously?
Please find us on Facebook mainly.
Yeah.
Broncos Events. That's our Facebook page.
Yeah.
That's our only one at the moment. But yeah, we've got photos up on there. We've got videos up on there. We do all our advertisements up there. Every time we try an event or start an event, that's where we put it. And then from there we just share it as much as we can to as many people as we can. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yes, that's it. We were here, we're hanging out, with Warwick Hattingh from PDM class. It's called Broncos Events. They are an events business on campus. Make sure you go and check out their Facebook page. And he said just now, that's Broncos Events on Facebook, and you can find pictures of their previous events from there. And I've actually been to their Facebook page. I think it's pretty cool. They've even got branded pictures and everything, so definitely make sure you go and check them out. Otherwise, thank you so much to Warwick for coming through. So yes, make sure that you keep it locked. This is Grahamstown's youth station, Rhodes Music Radio.
89.7 FM.